Hey guys, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this class, we'll be learning how to make a blouse for 2 wrappers. If you are new here, you are welcome. And if you have not yet subscribed, please I would appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell. So guys, without wasting of time, let's get started. With me here, I have my pattern paper and the instrument I will be working with. So this is me trying to roll the starting point here, and this point will serve as my shoulder line. Then after rolling my straight line, I will mark from there to my bust points like this. Under bust 13 inches, and my waist I will be using 16 inches, sorry. Then for the full length of this blouse, I'm using 26 inches. I will add extra 1 inches to it, making it 27 inches. That will be for the hemming allowance. So after that, I'll go ahead to roll them straight like this, just where you see me rolling. Then this is how it comes out after rolling. So now I will just take my measurement, all my measurements. Now I will start with my shoulder measurement. My shoulder measurement is 7, then 12. I will divide by 2 and half 7 inches. I will mark it on the top and on the chest line as well. Then after that, I will just go ahead to roll it up like this. So guys, the next is for the neckline. Although we are not making use of the neckline, so I'm just putting it there. So I'm using a 3 inches, both for the depth and for the length, and this is the basic sleeve measurements. So after marking, I will just go ahead to connect the lines together like this. So this is how it is. Now I will come down by 1 inches and come down for my shoulder slope, because the shoulder they are not equal. Then I will extend my line like this. So now coming over to this armhole curve, I will divide what I have here into 2 to look for the midpoints. Then after marking my midpoints, sorry, I forgot to mark my chest line. Sorry, this part here is the bust measurements. I forgot to mark my chest line. So I come up from the chest line, from the bust point, by 2 inches. I come up by 2 inches to get my chest line. So this is what I'm trying to do here. So just ignore this line here. Just ignore it. It's a mistake. So let's focus on this one here. So this one is my bust point, and here other one is my chest line. Just ignore this line here. Just ignore it, okay? So it's a mistake, like I said. So we will take from this chest line to the shoulder slope and look for our midpoints there, okay? Just mark it like this, and I will divide into 2 like so, and I will look for my midpoint. And after marking it, I will come in by 0.5 inches. You can as well come in by 0.75 if you want to. So now the measurements of my bust, the bust measurement I'm working with is 36 inches. When I divide 36 inches by 4, I will have 9 inches. Then I will place my 9 inches on the chest line and make a mark there. So guys, after that, I will just connect these lines together using my French curve to create our armhole. So guys, this is our armhole now. I've already connected. So the next step we'll be taking is our nipple to nipple measurement, and the nipple to nipple measurement I'm working with is 7 inches. When I divide 7 inches by 2, I will have 3.5. Then I will mark from the chest line down to the hem line. So guys, you can see me marking my 3.5 inches. Then after marking, I connect it. Therefore, this shoulder line here, I will mark what I have there and also divide it into 2 to look for my midpoint and connect it to the bust point line as shown. So guys, this is how it comes out after connecting my lines. Now it's time for us to impute our darts, dart, or let me say, to contour our darts. So from this down part, I will come up by 2 inches, okay? I come up by 2 inches from the down part. Then I will now, from this waistline here, from the waistline, I will I will come out by 0.5 inches on both sides. Yes, 0.5 inches on both sides. So after marking my 0.5 inches, then I will connect it to meet this 2 inches that I come up with, and from the bust point I will come down by half an inch. You can as well come back down by 1 inches if you want. This is what I want, so I decide to do mine like this. So I will connect it like so. I'll connect it like this. You can see the way I'm doing it, and connect it to the bust point like so. So this is how it comes out. Now we have created our dart. So it's time for us to take all our measurements, okay, our body measurements. So we've already marked our body bust measurement here. I will just add half an inch for ease, okay, because this the person I'm making this dress for, he don't want it too tight, so I make half an inch for ease for her. So for this waistline here, I will divide waist measurement divide by 4, because the waist I'm working with is waist 33. So I will divide waist 33 by 4. Then I will replace my 1.5 inches for that and half inches for my ease. So for this down part, I will mark measure I will impute my round down waist measurement. If you don't know what is down waist measurement, I make a video on how to take accurate measurement in this channel. I will appreciate if you watch it. It's very detailed. So guys, if you watch that, you will understand what I'm trying to say here, what I mean by down waist measurement. Okay, so now after that, I will just go ahead to connect my lines together. Guys, after connecting, it's time for us to tighten our under bust measurement. So now we are going to measure our round under bust measurement. The round under bust measurement I'm working with is 32. Okay, then I will divide my 32 into 2, and I will mark what I have. Then I will measure what is left. I will measure what is left from that point. Then after measuring, I measure 2 inches. So 2 inches is left from here now. So now from these 2 inches, now we are going to divide these 2 inches into 2. Then we give the bigger side on the side going to the armhole, and the smaller sides on the sides to the center front. Now I'm using half inch for the sides, for the center front this way, while 1.5 inches for the side that is going to the armhole side. Okay, I use half inches for this other side. So these 2 inches that is here, I shed it. I make the bigger side to the side going to the armhole, while the smaller size to the side, as in to the center front. Okay, you can see. So now after that, now I will just go ahead to connect my lines. I'll connect it straight, this mark here, I will connect it straight to meet my up like this. Just watch me carefully, you will see, understand what I'm trying to say. Then I place my my curve rule like this, and I connect my mark. I'll also do the same thing to this other side like this. I will connect it like so. So now we've already connected this mark here. Then after that, I will just go ahead to connect it straight to meet this point there. Okay, please note that we have not add any seam allowance to this measurement. We have not add any seam allowance. So when we are cutting our fabric, we will add those allowance. Okay, so I will connect the other one like so. So guys, you can notice that from this dart, this part here is out, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, doesn't matter, and it will not short any measurement. So guys, the next step is to determine how high you want the upper bust to be, I don't know if you understand. So from me now, I will, where your sweetheart neck will start from. From me now, I take from the shoulder down to about 6.5 inches. Okay, I take 6.5 inches like this. Good. So now after 6.5 inches, so automatically from the chest line up is by 1.5. Then I will rule it straight like this. Okay, after ruling my line straight, then this will be our upper chest. This will be our upper chest. So for the upper chest, we need to do the tightening of the upper chest. So now for the tightening of the upper chest, I go in by 0.5 inches on both sides. But you can as well come in, you can do 0.75. It all depends on what works for you. This is actually what worked for me, and I really enjoy working with this. If you are using 0.75, is also fine. Okay, so now after that, I will just go ahead to connect my line to meet my bust point like this, just where you see me doing. Just connect the two lines like so. So this will help you to tighten the upper bust so that your cleavage will not be coming out. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. Now you can see we have a sharp edge, so to eliminate that, I will use my curve rule to blend it so that it will not be sharp at this area here. So I will just go ahead to blend it like this. So you can see that our bust is coming out. You can see that the dart is taking shape already. So this is how it is, guys. So you can see that this other part here that I'm marking, we are going to cut it out. We are no longer using them anymore. Okay, we've already replaced that dart already. So we are going to cut all these parts out. So now the next step we are going to take is to take our neckline. So I will just maintain this chest line here as the depth of my neck. Okay, then I will connect it from the chest line, connect it to one of the dart leg like this. Remember, we are doing sweetheart neck, but it's not compulsory you will do sweetheart neck. You can as well do V neckline. So I love working with sweetheart neck. That is why I normally use sweetheart neck. Now the next step is to impute our strap to strap measurement. Now my strap to strap measurement, or the strap to strap measurement I'm working with, is 5 inches. So now what I will do here is that I will first of all mark what I have from this dart leg here to the other side. I will mark what I have. When I marked 4 inches from that line down to the center front is 4 inches. Now I will take my 4 inches, okay, and continue my 4 inches from the second dart leg, okay, to meet where my 5 inches is. So this is where my 5 inches is. Okay, then this is my strap to strap measurement. Okay, so let me explain again. I measure from there to this part here. I have 4 inches. So now after marking my 4 inches like this, I carry my 4 inches. Okay, I carry the 4 inches like this and place the 4 inches on top of this second dart leg to continue my measurement, to know where my 5 inches is. So I place the 4 inches on top of the second dart leg and I mark my 5 inches. Okay, hope you are understanding. So now this is the neckline. Let me just put it like that, the neckline. So now we will now connect our new armhole. So connect our new armhole, so that the purpose of us the purpose of doing this part here is for the bust to stay very firmly. Okay, for the bust at the front to stay very firmly, not to make you can bend down without bust coming out. That is the essence of doing this. Okay, so now I will connect my lines like this. So now we are already through with this part. No, before then I will close this dart at those upper part like this, to know if anyone is longer. You can see that the side dart leg is longer than the center dart leg. So I will just go ahead to blend it like this. I will blend it so that we will not have an issue when joining these fabrics together. You can see the difference is about 0.25 difference. Okay, so you need to correct all this error not to have a problem when you are joining. So the other first line is no longer needed. Okay, so now that is that, guys. Now the next step is to take our bust darts. Remember in our previous class, if you have not watched it, please, I will encourage you to watch it. I explained that the front from our shoulder to waist for the front is higher than the shoulder to the back. Okay, so for us to eliminate that, we will introduce our bust dart. So now the difference between the back and the front is 2 inches. So now we will impute that 2 inches as our bust dart. So I make a 2 inches from the bust line down, like I make from the bust line, I mark 2 inches down, then I connect it to these points there. Hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So this will help the two lengths correspond at the side, because the front is longer than the back. So by introducing your bust dart, it will make the two sides correspond together. Hope you understand. So guys, we are through with our pattern drafting. Then we go ahead to cut out our pattern. So guys, for you to close your bust dart, you need to open one dart to close your bust dart. Okay, you cannot close the bust dart without opening any dart. So I'm trying to close my bust dart. So I open the first dart, then I cut it. You can see. Then now I'm closing my bust dart. I'm transferring the bust dart to the waist. Then I use my masking tape to hold it down like this. I transfer my bust dart to the waist. Okay, so I transfer it to the waist. You can see that. So now you can notice that this part here is no longer equal. Don't panic. Okay, just use your straight ruler like this and connect your lines together. Just blend it like this. Okay, good. So we are on the right track now. So now this is how it goes. Then I will cut out the remaining parts. So guys, after cutting, this is what we have. You can see that this part here is very sharp, and we don't really want that part to sharp. So I will come up by 2 inches. That means on the side. Okay, on the side I come up by 2 inches. Then I use a curve to blend it like this. Okay, so I just blend it like this as a. So this other part here is no longer needed. We just go ahead to cut it off, and that part here will be kind of curving. Okay, just curve it so that it will not look very sharp at that end. So guys, if you have watched it up to this moment and you have not subscribed to this channel, please, I will encourage you to subscribe so that you will be seeing more video from this channel. And also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. If you are enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up. Also comment and share. I will appreciate it so much if you share my video. Okay, so this is the front. Let's work with the back. So now this is a fresh pattern paper. I've already ruled my starting point, and then I will mark my chest line. Then I will mark the waist. Remember that I said the back waist is higher, okay, which is 14. From my shoulder to my back waist is 14, while for the front is 16. Okay, but for the back is 14. So while for the full length of the back is 35, while for the front is 37. The difference for these two is 2 inches. Okay, I will just go ahead to rule this line. Then let's work with our back. First thing, I'm marking 2 inches for my zipper allowance. So now all our measurements now will start from the zipper allowance line. So this line here, all my measurement will start from there. So now I will measure and mark my shoulder measurement by 2, 7. Come to the chest line, repeat the same, and I will mark. After marking now, I will rule it just the way we did at the front part. I will just go ahead to rule it straight like this. So after ruling like this, so then the next step is to take my bust measurements. Note that I am not taking that for my back. I don't normally take that for my back, but if you are taking that for your back, it's fine. Okay, so this is me marking my neckline, but we are not using this neckline. I marked 3 inches for the width, 1 inches for the depth. So I will connect it. I'm not using this neckline. I'm just marking it. Okay, so I'll mark it. Then the next step is to take my shoulder slope like this, and I will connect my shoulder slope. I'll connect it. This is just a, I'm just doing this for doing sake. I'm not using it. So for the bust measurement, I divide my bust and I will mark it. I also add half inches for my ease. Remember, we add half inches for ease for the front. So you repeat the same thing. Anything you do for the front, you repeat it to the back as well, so that the two will correspond together. So that is it. I'm going to connect these two lines together. Look for the midpoint and connect my curve like so. Just watch me carefully, you will understand what I'm doing. So for the waist, I will divide my waist into two and add my half inches for ease. So the same thing go to the hem part. We also divide it and what we have and add our ease as well. So after marking, we go ahead to connect all these lines together. Please note that no seam allowance yet. Okay, I didn't add any seam allowance. So coming to this side here, I will mark my nipple to nipple measurements. I will mark my nipple to nipple measurements, which is 3.5. I'm marking this because it will guide me on this curving. So you remember we came up by 2 inches for the side, for the front, just to eliminate that sharp edge. So we do the same thing to the front. So we connect it to meet the nipple to nipple measurements, okay, to have our curve. So guys, note that I'm not adding that, but if you are adding that to your back, you are free to do that. Okay, so the next is to come up by 1.5 inches, just the way we did at the front. Remember, we come from the chest line up 1.5 inches. So we'll repeat the same thing to the back as well. And you can see I'm trying to cross check it if it's 6.5 inches and is correct. So now I will measure my strap to strap measurement, which is 5 inches like this, and I will recreate my armhole just the way we did at the front. Just the way we did at the front, and I will reconnect my armhole like this. Okay, so now this is our new armhole. So now basically we are done, but before we cut out, I will need to create a neckline for the back. So for the neckline of the back, I will come down by 1 inches from this. I will come down by 1 inches from this upper chest line. Okay, Then I will connect it to meet the the shoulder, um the new armhole there, a kind of a U line like so. Okay, then after that I will cut out my pattern. So guys, this is how it comes out after cutting. So I will bring out the front and let's correspond the two sides together if they will be equal. So you can see I have placed the front of the side to correspond with the back. You can see that they are equal. Okay, you see, this is the back and this is the side of the front. You can see that the two are equal now for the sides. You can see that the two are equal because we've already transferred the allowance to the bust area. I don't know if you understand. See, the two side, because the front is higher than the back by 2 inches. So we don't want, and the two side must correspond together. So now we introduce our bust dart so that the two side can be equal. So now you can see that the two side is equal now. So that is it, guys. So now this is it. I will just go ahead to transfer this pattern to this door face. I will transfer that to the door face like this. So guys, I have transferred all my pattern to my door face, and you can see that I added half an inch. This will be the end of this tutorial. In my next video I will post where I join all these pieces together. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you are yet to subscribe, I will appreciate if you hit on the subscribe button and also turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a video you will be notified. So if you don't want to miss the sewing part of it, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye. See you in my next one.